The UFC, Dana White! Now, Dana, I have so many questions for you. First of all, you know, you're the president of the organization, right? You're a big cheese. Yet you still have this, I don't know if it's ceremonial or what, your job is to separate the fighters when they have the pre-fight stare down.
Yeah.
Now, is that something, was that your idea or something that just became part of your job?
It just sort of happened, yeah. You know, I've been doing it for a long time, and obviously, so the athletic commission in every state, which is basically the government, oversees us.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the fight business, it's about not letting guys touch each other. If they touch each other, they're, you know, they've been training for months. They've been away from their family. They're cutting weight. They're very agitated at that point. So it's about keeping them away from each other and making sure the fight doesn't happen before the fight.
Well, I would think it'd be an extremely dangerous position to be in because here's a picture of you. I think it's between, you're staying between Aldo and McGregor. And your job is, and these are two people that really do look like, I don't know how much of it's an act. They look like they want to kill each other.
Oh, no, they do. Yeah, that was a rough tour. We actually went on a world tour, and every day I had to go through that because we squared them off every day,
right.
In a different city. So, yeah, I've had some good. I'm getting old now, man. I can't do it the way I used to do it, but I give it the best shot.
Well, scuffles break out frequently at these stare downs.
Oh, yeah.
You've been involved in some bad ones.
Yeah.
What have been some of the worst situations you've been in?
You know, well, the worst one that ever happened, I was on vacation, and somebody else was there. It was this guy named Dave Schaller, who was our head of PR at the time. And, you know, when people fill in for me, they think you're just standing up there, you know, taking a picture and, you know, posing until things go bad.
And then you really do have to work hard to make sure that nobody gets hurt.
No, so sometimes, the guy will weigh in first, he'll come over and he'll stand and he's waiting for the other guy. I can tell by how fast and hard he's coming whether I need to step in or not so that they don't touch each other.
Right. We've made a little montage of some of your scuffles. Take a look. Not a good job. I don't think that's...
The girls are the worst.
It just seems like you say the women are the worst?
The girls are the worst by far. They're the craziest, man. Once the girls get out there and start... In all my years, Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Claudia Gadelha, two of the best women in the world in their weight class, leading up to that fight, punched, elbowed, kneed, and kicked me about 50 times leading up to, you know, through that season of The Ultimate Fighter and leading up to the fight. The fight was amazing.
It sounds a little erotic, if you just say.
Trust me, it's not.
Now, you and I are both from the Boston area. You have quite a different story, okay? I grew up in a tough town called Brookline, Mass.
I know Brookline.
Yeah. And I got out alive. And that's all you need to know about Brookline, Mass. Where did you grow up?
Well, South Boston.
South Boston.
I lived there for almost 10
South Boston's is a tough place to grow up. And what's interesting is you had a job as a bellhop in Boston, and you'd think that that would be kind of a cushy job, a sweet job. Not really. It was pretty tough.
When you're in a position where you get tips, people are greedy and things, you know, people cut sometimes and do stuff. So there used to be this bell closet, and we would go into the bell closet and literally punch the shit out of each other in the bell closet if somebody
To decide who gets the better tip?
No, if you jumped the line or did something dirty, we would settle it in the bell closet.
It doesn't sound cool, the bell closet. I'll see you in the bell closet. It doesn't have that tough, you know.
That's true. No, it doesn't.
You have a kind of a running feud with Tito Ortiz. I think we have a picture of him here. I don't know what his beef is with you. Not happy with you. Maybe just not happy that he doesn't have pants. Have you guys have had a running feud for a long time. Have you ever fought that guy?
No, we were gonna fight one time in a boxing match, but I actually never told this story publicly before. But we were on a private plane on our way to Japan, and it was my partners, the Fertitta brothers, myself, Tito Ortiz, and our matchmaker at the time, Joe Silva. And Tito and I were messing around, and he put me in what's called a neck crank. And I was tapping, and he didn't stop.
So tapping means you got to let go.
Yeah. And you can seriously hurt somebody in a neck crank, especially as big and strong as Tito is. So I just started blasting him in the ribs, started punching him in the ribs. And when he let go, just jumped up, and it was a full-blown fist fight in the plane. And we were literally taking off. And the plane was going like this, and the Fertitta brothers had to jump in and break up the fight. So then I sat on the front of the plane, he sat in the back of the plane the rest of the flight.
You're like kids that misbehave.
No, it's true. Exactly.
We're separating you two.
Exactly. That's
you had a
exactly.
full-on fight on a private plane during takeoff.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going with you anywhere. Big question. UFC 210 is on April 8th. Okay, what are you most excited about?
Oh, it's in Buffalo. We've never been to Buffalo before, so I've never been to Buffalo, period. So I'm excited about that. And obviously, you know, the main event is Anthony Rumble Johnson and Daniel Cormier. And
now, they fought before, and
right.
Cormier won. So do you think this outcome's going to be the same? What's different?
It's going to be, you know, Anthony Johnson is one of the biggest knockout artists in the business, and Cormier is just, you know, he fought at heavyweight and light heavyweight, and he's beat everybody. But the big thing is, whoever wins this fight, the return of John Jones in July is, you know, that's what makes this fight even more exciting.
And then I have to ask you this incredible story, and I don't know if this is going to end up happening or not, but it would be fascinating to see arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time, Floyd Mayweather, may fight arguably one of the greatest UFC fighters in the history of the franchise, Conor McGregor. And everyone's talking about a boxer, a classic boxer versus UFC fighter. Would they fight in the octagon? Would they fight in the ring? Do you think that's going to happen? I
do. I do think it's going to. I think it's going to be a tough deal. There's obviously a lot of egos involved in this deal, and a lot of people. So that always makes it tougher. But on the flip side, there's so much money involved. I just don't see how it doesn't happen. And you know, everybody always asks, and it would be boxing. It wouldn't be. See,
that's the thing. Is the rules would be strictly boxing. Conor can't use any of the. I mean, UFC obviously. Right. You can use all of your body. It would
no
be a
kicking,
boxing
no
match.
elbows, no, just straight up boxing in a boxing ring with gloves and the whole deal. And you know, a lot of things make this fight intriguing, but the reality is this: anybody who's ever seen Floyd Mayweather, you've seen him, right?
Yeah.
He's this big. Okay, he's that tall. And
that's not really true.
Yeah. That's exactly how tall.
That's really no.
Here?
That's the size of a small refrigerator you're describing. But anyway, yes.
Conor McGregor is huge, and you know, he's 27 years old. He's in the prime of his career. Floyd is 40. Floyd always had problems with southpaws. Conor is a southpaw, and Conor hits hard. When he hits people, they go. Floyd's definitely not knocking him out. That's for sure. So I'm not saying that Conor would win this boxing match, but it sure makes it interesting.
One of the reasons I would want to tune in is to see Floyd Mayweather kick. Don't you think Floyd should be kicking in this? Or why not just open it up and they both have pool noodles? I mean, why not just go nuts with this and really add everything you can think of?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if this was a mixed martial arts fight, it wouldn't last 30 seconds. I mean, Conor would destroy him.
No, I could take Conor. I've worked with Conor. I'm a lot taller than Conor, right?
Well, you're a lot taller than a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. And the taller guy is always the better fighter. Well, that's it for my list of lies tonight. UFC 210, Cormier versus Johnson 2 airs live on pay-per-view Saturday, April 8th at 10 p.m. Eastern from KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. Tickets are available at tickets.com and the KeyBank Center box office. Dana, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks
Great having you on the show.
All right.